gotta help me. I got.
Hey, you need a doctor, man.
You are the doctor.
Oh, hey, I can't fix that. Oh,
Hi, I'm Carmen and Lupita, and we are conjoined twins. My mom found out she was pregnant at 6 months. She originally thought we were going to be boys, but we're not. She did get the option to terminate the pregnancy, but she decided against it. We were born in June 5th, 2000 in Veracruz, Mexico. We came to the United States for medical reasons because Lupe had a lot of respiratory issues.
I was deteriorating very quickly in Mexico because of the humidity and the heat, and I had really bad asthma.
So we came here, we got better, but when we went back to Mexico for a couple of months, we deteriorated again. An organization called Healing the Children helped us with all like the medical treatments and allowing like a sponsor family to let us stay here for a couple of years. They were trying to find different doctors if they could separate us. But because we share so many organs and so many like systems, like including the circulatory system, we share our reproductive system, digestion, we share a liver, one kidney each. We share so many nerves and organs that it would not be possible for us to both survive or for us to really live a full life if we did get separated. They gave that option to my mom, but she was like, I don't see the point of separating you two if I'm not going to have both daughters. And ever since then, we've stayed in the United States and lived our lives.
What do you have to say today, Lupe?
Hi. Can I just do your eyebrows in peace, please?
I'm sorry.
Life as a conjoined twin,
Is like any other 22-year-old.
except we kind of have to work twice as hard to just be in the same level as everybody else kind of thing. Ever since we were little, we've always had to justify our existence or fight for our existence. Everything we do, we always have to have someone not really think that we can do it, and we just have to always prove them wrong kind of thing. A lot of frequently asked questions are like, who controls what limb, if we can control each other's limbs, which is false. We can't read each other's minds. So a lot of the questions are seen as more of we're like a medical specimen than people. Since we were little, have been very invasive sexual questions. And yeah, that's kind of the norm for us.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. Lupe is asexual and aromantic.
I've never had a crush or anything like that, so I found out what asexual was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, oh, that makes sense how I feel.
I have a boyfriend. His name is Daniel. We don't have a sexual relationship. A typical date night for like my boyfriend and me is just like, it's kind of like mostly hanging out as like a friend group more than just him and me, if that makes any sense.
Am I the favorite child? Am I the second? Okay. Am I the third? Okay. There's only 3 of us, so great.
Since I could remember, we weren't really bullied in the sense of like, oh, look, they would just straight up do it to our faces. It was mostly strangers, if we ever left our little like bubble of our town, that would make comments or that would take pictures without permission, or they would sometimes follow us. Some full-grown adults, which I assumed they seemed all together there, would literally come up and touch us without permission of where we're like connected and things like that. Not in the sense of like, oh, like, haha, look at these like stuck together twins. It's more of the sense of like just invasion of our personal space and just being so masked off about being rude to us when people don't even know us. I understand that many people are very sheltered in their day-to-day life and don't encounter many people with different disabilities, visible disabilities, or visible differences between them. I would suggest, first of all, not staring. We get it. We get it. We exist the way we do. So if you encounter someone different, obviously be polite. If you have any questions, remember that tone and the way you ask it. People are very demanding sometimes when they come to like asking questions to us. Don't expect everyone to just be like, if we look different, we don't have mental issues either, kind of thing, or we're not have any mental disabilities that will keep me from speaking my mind if I feel like you're being not nice. If you encounter someone with a disability, be nice, be attentive of how you ask it, be respectful, obviously. And if you do want to take a picture of someone, I would obviously ask permission. Luckily, a lot of people, like the community, was very accepting and very understanding. Obviously, there were outliers, but that doesn't mean that our entire town was like that.
Most of your questions are common sense questions, and you need to think more than 2 seconds for. For example, if I can feel my sister's piercing. The nerves come from the brain. Are we connected from the head? No. You not wanting to look it up is not my problem. We're not educators. We're not advocates. We're just living and enjoying an app. That's it.
So growing up, it was
Kind of difficult because we didn't take our first steps until we were 4 years old, but we were in therapy since we were 6 months old.
moving around up until we were about middle school age. We were always stuck in like a stroller or like a wheelchair type of thing because we would still didn't have the coordination down yet between the two of us. But by the time we got to high school, middle school age, we got it down.
We went through public school.
Lupe had some learning and processing disabilities, so we did have like special education. But other than that, they were very accommodating to like our situation.
We had a special desk. It was like moon shaped
to like fit both of us, and so we could both like write and things like that.
I'm left-handed, she's right-handed.
We could be able to like write at the same time and stuff like that. Funnily enough, when we were growing up, they would put a curtain between the two of us for some tests, and
we would always cheat.
So it didn't work regardless. Going to high school, it was a little more accommodating because they knew that we're not going to split from each other. So they let us do some of the assignments or projects as like a unit. But for tests, a lot, they would also do it individually. Ever since I was little, my mom and everybody just assumed I would take care of both of us.
I could take care of myself, but like, she would speak more. Yeah, I was mute for most of my life. My mom would go to parent-teacher conferences, and they would be like, why isn't she speaking? She's like, I don't know. She speaks at home, so I know she can speak. And then they put me in speech therapy because they thought I had a stutter. I did not.
Hi, welcome to my show.
Yeah, you're in the wrong seat, actually.
This is my show.
This was like some manipulator type thing, right?
So I have a driver's license. Lupe has a state ID. We have a pickup truck that we drive. We call her Big Red. So because I have the right leg, I have the license. I drive and do pretty much everything. Lupe does like the turn signals, and she's my DJ.
I'm the DJ.
The only accommodations that we have or differences between like a lot of other drivers on the road is that we have a booster seat because we are quite short. So ever since we were little, because we would like always do everything together, they used to try to put like two plates in front of us, and we just kind of like smush it together and eat together. We just got used to doing that. We have two separate stomachs that connect into like one large, like the rest of the intestines. I'm not really good with medical stuff so far. So I can be full while she's still kind of hungry. Or I can have a stomach ache and she'll kind of feel it. Like she'll feel that I have a stomach ache, but she won't have the stomach ache. Which weirdly enough, we can't read each other's minds, but like sometimes I can feel when she's uncomfortable or has like an anxiety attack or a panic attack coming. So I can sense it and we can address it kind of thing early. The reason people ask if we can read each other's minds is because of the TV show on FX called American Horror Story. On the show, the main characters are conjoined twins, but they, because it's fictional, they pretend like they can read each other's minds. A lot of people assume that's the same case for us, but it's not. We feel each other's pain if it's internally. It's more of a hunch and a gut feeling more than like I can physically feel her pain.
Just mostly emotionally. If I hit her in the head, she doesn't feel it.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
We are
Relatively healthy.
all things considered. Ever since we were little, we'd always go to doctors and hospitals every month to every 2 months. Now it's more of a yearly or if we're sick basis. It's now just more of a checkup and make sure we're not dead. Before, it was because we did have different digestive issues and back issues, and they were trying to figure out if we needed back surgery for Lupita's scoliosis and kyphosis, my bad. We don't currently go to any type of mental health resources.
I believe it's important, but I don't go right now.
We are planning to seek mental health services in the future because obviously there is trauma and stuff that have happened in our childhood that do affect us to this day. It's not just because we're conjoined twins. It's a lot because like we live our lives kind of thing, and sometimes life gets in the way. Everybody's different of how they live their lives. I try not to generalize. Just because we're conjoined twins or other conjoined twins look similar to us doesn't mean that they're going through the exact same things as us. Yes, of course, we're going to go through very similar things. We're speaking for ourselves. Other conjoined twins who were born similar to us, we all have different anatomy. I have my own 2 arms. Lupita has her own 2 arms.
I don't know where the other one went. There it is. A lot of conjoined twins have kids.
Yeah, a lot of conjoined twins have kids. Just personally, because we physically can't, and we just have a lot of unresolved childhood trauma that I won't go into. But we just don't want to have that kind of experience, and we don't want to ever want to have it taken out on another human being. I'm at a point in my life where I can be comfortable of who I am. A lot of when I was growing up was I had to conform to what people viewed us as. It may not get a lot of people to like us nowadays, now that we are on like social media platforms and stuff like that, but I am who I am, and I am comfortable with who I am at this point, and that's it.
Welcome to What Does Lupita Have to Say Today? What do you have to say today, Lupita?
I haven't since yesterday. I'm eating cold food. And life is meaningless.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Carmen.
I'm Lupita.
We are conjoined twins.
Love more. I don't, but still.
You should.
You should.